Welcome dear students to the class of General Knowledge. Today our topic is Science Around Us. So come on children. First we will learn body function. So first we are going to see what is the function of heart. Yes, the human heart is an organ that pumps blood throughout the body via the circulatory system, supplying oxygen and nutrients to the tissues and removing carbon dioxide and other waste. Now we will see functions of lungs. The main function of the lungs is to give enough supply of oxygen to the different parts of the body and get rid of the carbon dioxide and other waste from the blood. Your lungs are part of the respiratory system, a group of organs and tissues that work together to help you breathe. The respiratory system's main job is to move fresh air into your body while removing waste gases. Now we will see what are the functions of kidney. Blood comes into the kidney. Waste gets removed and salt, water and minerals are adjusted if needed. The filtered blood goes back into the body. Waste gets turned into urine, which collects in the kidney's pelvis, a funnel-shaped structure that drains down a tube called the ureter to the bladder. The kidneys are powerful chemical factories that perform the following functions: remove waste products from the body, remove drugs from the body, balance the body's fluid, release hormones that regulate blood pressure, produce an active form of vitamin D that promotes strong, healthy bones, control the production of red blood cells. Now students, we will see function of brain. The brain controls your ability to think, talk, feel, see, hear, remember things, walk and much more. It even controls your breathing. The brain is a soft mass of supportive tissues and nerves connected to the spinal cord. Some of the nerves in the brain go right to the eyes, ears and other parts of the head. It is the most important organ in the body, whose main function is to process information. Hence, our next body part is liver. The liver's main job is to filter the blood coming from the digestive tract before passing it to the rest of the body. The liver also detoxifies chemicals and metabolizes drugs. As it does so, the liver secretes bile that ends up back to the intestines. Function of the liver. The liver regulates most chemical levels in the blood and excrete a product called bile. This helps carry away waste products from the liver. All the blood leaving the stomach and intestine passes through the liver. It produces some proteins for blood plasma and bile, which helps in the process of digestion. Our next body function is pancreas. The pancreas is a gland organ. It is located in the abdomen. It is part of the digestive system and produces insulin and other important enzymes and hormones that help break down foods. The pancreas also produces the hormone insulin and secretes it into the bloodstream, where it regulates the body's glucose or sugar level. Problems with insulin control can lead to diabetes. It also helps in digestion and regulates blood sugar. Students, now we are going to learn about our teeth. Our teeth are the hardest substance in our body. Besides being the first step in the digestive process, our teeth play an important role in our ability to speak. As humans, we have two sets of teeth. We develop a set of baby teeth from as early as a tiny embryo inside the womb. Baby teeth help shape the way our jaw grows, chew food properly, and help us learn to speak our first words. Most children will start with 20 primary baby teeth, 10 on the top and 10 on the bottom. These teeth are eventually replaced with 32 permanent adult teeth, 16 on each upper and lower jaw. As we grow older and our jaws start to develop. We have 4 different types of teeth, with each type serving a particular purpose for eating and chewing. 8 incisors, 4 canine, 8 premolars, 12 molars, including 4 wisdom teeth. So students, first we will learn what is incisors. Most adults normally have 8 incisors, 4 upper, 4 lower. These are the frontmost teeth used for cutting food. These are the teeth that appear first in young children. Now, what are canines? These are the slightly pointed teeth situated on each side of the incisors because they resemble the fangs of a dog, canine. They acquired that name. Sometimes they are called cuspids or eye teeth because they sit directly below the eye sockets. What are premolars? These are located between the canines and the molars in the back of the mouth. Premolars have 2 pointed cups on their biting surface, which is why they are sometimes referred to as bicuspids. The premolars are considered transitional teeth, guiding food from the canine to the molars in back for chewing. What are molars? Molars in the back of the mouth are used for grinding our food. The typical adult has 12 molars, 4 of which are your wisdom teeth. Each side of the upper and lower jaw has 3 molars. These are our largest teeth and designed to sustain the force used for chewing, grinding, and clenching. Now students, we will learn about some healthy treat. Nutrients include carbohydrate, proteins, fats, vitamins, minerals, and water. Now students, what are carbohydrate foods? So it includes vegetables, refined sugar, flour, fruits, cereals, and bread. So which food is high in proteins? So meat and fish, cheese, eggs, beans, bread, hummus, nuts and seeds. All these are high in protein. Food items which are rich in minerals. Here comes milk, apple, spinach, beans, and egg. Now, students, we will learn something about force. A force is a push or pull. Force has a size and direction. All motion is created by a force. All forces are exerted by one object on another. First, we will learn about magnetic force. The force exerted between moving electrically charged particles. Magnetic force is defined as the power that pulls material together. An example of magnetic force is how a magnet can pick up coins. The next force we are going to learn is muscular force. Muscular power is the power applied utilizing portions of the body like arms or legs. It is a force that results because of the action of muscles and is a contact force since there is contact between the surfaces. Muscular force is required whenever the movement of the body occurs. Examples are walking, running, jumping, etc. All are examples of muscular force, and there are many more activities which are done by applying the power of muscles. That all will be example of muscular force. Now, the next force we are going to learn is frictional force. Friction is a force between two surfaces that are sliding and they must be in contact with each other. Examples, you can see in the picture the tire of the lorry is in contact with the road. Frictional force refers to the force generated by two surfaces that contacts and slide against each other. These forces are mainly affected by the surface texture and amount of force impelling them together. The angle and position of the object affect the amount of frictional force. The next force we are going to learn is gravitational force. Gravity is the force that pulls all elements of the matter together. Matter refers to things you can physically touch. The more matter there is, the greater the amount of gravity or force. This means that the Earth or other planets have a great deal of pull and that everything on Earth is pulled back to the Earth. Gravity, also called gravitation, is a force that exists among all material objects in the universe. For any two objects or particles having non-zero mass, the force of gravity tends to attract them towards each other. Every object in the universe is surrounded by a gravitational field.